Justice for Final Fantasy VIII. Final Fantasy VIII is probably one of the most polarising games in the entire franchise. It's very much Marmite, you either love it or you hate it, but personally, I love it. I think it's extremely misunderstood. It was the second Final Fantasy game I ever played, and while it absolutely has its flaws, there are so many things this game does brilliantly. The biggest criticism is usually the Junction System. Drawing is boring, it's too complicated, and yes, while the game doesn't explain it particularly well, it's also not nearly as bad or as confusing as people make out to be. For starters, there is an auto junction button that will optimise your characters for you if you really don't want to learn the finer details, and you don't actually have to spend hours drawing hundreds of spells. If you play Triple Triad, the card minigame, and refine cards, you can get some incredibly powerful magic that way instead, and you can actually get some really powerful magic early on and break the game if you so want. I'll be honest, the tutorials could have been much better. The first time I played the game, I was about 9 years old, and I somehow made it all the way to the top of Dollet Tower using nothing but attack. I couldn't figure out where my magic was, where the items were, or why everyone kept talking about GFs when I couldn't summon them. But even 9-year-old me realised I'd missed something. I went back, learned the system, and suddenly it all clicked. The story gets a lot of criticism too. Spoiler warning. Halfway through the game, we discovered that all of the main party members, except Renoa, grew up together in the same orphanage, and none of them remember it other than Irvin. A lot of people say this twist comes completely of nowhere, except it really doesn't. Right at the beginning of the game, if you read the information in Squall's study terminal, it tells you that prolonged junctioning with Guardian forces can cause memory loss. It's there from the start, and we see further hints to it during the sorceress assassination mission and how reluctant Irvin is to assassinate her. And memory isn't just a random plot device, it's one of the central themes of Final Fantasy VIII. It even ties into Ultimecia's motivations. Her obsession with time compression isn't just about power, it's about permanence, about refusing to fade into history and never becoming just another forgotten memory. So the orphanage reveal isn't nearly as random as people often claim. The game also puts romance front and centre in a way that no previous Final Fantasy really had. Squall's emotional growth is subtle, awkward and messy, but that's exactly why I love it. Now, I do think the game suffered from cut content. The Laguna sections were originally meant to be much longer and explore the history of Hain, the origins of the sorceresses, and the world's lore in far greater detail. You can definitely feel those missing pieces unless you're willing to dig through optional information. Is Final Fantasy VIII perfect? Not at all. But between its incredible soundtrack, unforgettable world, ambitious storytelling, one of the best minigames ever made in Triple Triad, and a story that's far more thoughtfully constructed than it's often given credit for, I think it's about time we gave Final Fantasy VIII the justice it deserves. My personal, if I had one wish, would be Final Fantasy VIII to get a remake with all the cut content and additional lore fully explored in the game, and I think it really could be something great. Justice for Final Fantasy VIII.